Let's go nuts with smoked nuts 3 different ways on the Traeger pellet grill. Welcome back to Smoking and Drinking. I'm Mike, and today we're going to get a little bit nuts. We're going to smoke 3 different kinds of nuts in 3 different ways, all at the same time. We're going to do smoked mixed nuts. We're going to do sweet and spicy cashews, and always a holiday favorite, smoked cinnamon almonds. So let's get started. All right, we're going to start with the cinnamon almonds. And the ingredients for that are sugar, brown sugar, cinnamon, and 1 egg white. And a pinch of salt. We're going to use sea salt today. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our ingredients. We're going to take our egg white and we're going to put it all in a bowl. 1 egg white, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I like to use the dark brown sugar. Doesn't really matter. And 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon. And just a pinch of sea salt. Okay, and then we just need to mix that all together. Get it all incorporated into the egg white. And then we dump our almonds in. And we just mix that real good. Get it all incorporated. Get every almond coated. I thought about putting this in a large Ziploc bag and shaking it. I think that might have worked well. This will work too. Then we can get all of the coating and everything on there. We don't lose any in the bag, in the bowl this way. So just stir that up real good. All right. See, there's a big clump there. You don't want to get that in. You want that all mixed up. All right, let's get it into the pan. Normally I'd use a big cookie sheet, but we're getting a little nuts. As I said, we're going to do three different kinds of nuts at one time. All 3 are going to be smoked in the Traeger at 225 with hickory wood chips. But each one takes a different amount of time. The mixed nuts are 30 minutes, the cashews are 60 minutes, and the cinnamon almonds are 90 minutes. So we're going to be visiting these nuts frequently. So yeah, normally you want 1 layer, 1 flat layer. They'll smoke better that way. We're just going to have to stir it more frequently, probably about every 10 or 15 minutes. Remember, these are going for 90 minutes, so we'll be able to get a good smoke on all of them. So just get those in there. We're going to set those aside and move on to the next batch, which will be the sweet and spicy cashews. Okay, for the smoked sweet and spicy cashews, we are going to mix, we're going to spice it up with sriracha sauce. We're going to use 3 tablespoons of sriracha. You could use Tabasco, Frank's. I use Frank's a lot. You could use, what do they call that? Sambai Oliek. I've never used that, didn't have any. We're going to use sriracha sauce. Yeah, so we have 3 tablespoons of sriracha, 1 tablespoon of simple syrup. You could use smoked simple syrup, but we're going to smoke the whole thing, so no sense doing that. And then the recipe calls for 1 zest of 1 lemon. My lemon didn't look so good, so we're going to use an orange. Mostly it's just to kind of get that citrus flavor to it. I zested 1 orange, and it should have the same effect. Might give it just a little bit different twist, kind of an orangey flavor. So, and then we need 1/2 tablespoon of fresh chopped rosemary and 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes and 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I love cayenne pepper. Okay. And then we just kind of give that a little mix, just like we did with the cinnamon coating. Just get that all mixed in there real good. Makes a nice red colored paste. Oh, I can't wait to try this out. And then we just dump our cashews into the bowl like we did last time. Give it a good coat. Make sure they're all coated real well. You want every nut to get its chance there. All right, once you got, oh boy, that smells good. You know, I could be a millionaire if I'd invent smell-o-vision. I'm gonna have to work on that. All right, then, just like the cinnamon almonds, we put it in a pan. Again, I would have normally used a bigger cookie sheet, but you know what? I like to do things differently. We want to get all of that nice spicy paste in our nuts. Again, make sure there aren't any big clumps of any of the paste, the seasoning. I want it all distributed real well. And those look pretty. All right. And then we'll move on to the mixed nuts. I went ahead and preheated the Traeger to 225 with the hickory pellets. Got that going. So we're going to do the spicy, it's going to be sweet and salty mixed nuts. It's kind of a sweet and savory flavor that we're going for here. And this is a dry mix. Don't have any wet ingredients going. Actually, we do. Olive oil. We're going to be using the olive oil. We need 1 tablespoon of that. Let's go ahead and get our ingredients. Same procedure again. We just add our ingredients, mix it up, and then dump our nuts in there. So we're going to go with 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar. Again, the dark brown sugar. 1 teaspoon of dried thyme. I'm using the powdered thyme. 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Again, one of my favorites. And 1/4 teaspoon of mustard powder. Mustard is one of those ingredients that kind of goes unnoticed, but it's in there, and it really adds to the flavor. And then, as I said, 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. This is kind of the binder that holds it to the nuts. Just add that in there. You know what? Yeah, that's all right. And then we give it a little mix. Once again, same procedure. Get that brown sugar broke up. all of that in there. If you get it all incorporated, then you have a good even mixture. You don't want any chunks of any one ingredient, because that just might surprise you when you bite into it. And then we just add our mixed nuts. I've used a kind of a good quality premium nut, not too many of any one variety in there. Just throw those in, give it a good mix. This one looks like it's got cashews, almonds. What else has it got in there? Some looks like there's even some pistachios in there. Walnuts, did I say that? You can use whatever kind of mix you like. If you like more peanuts, you can go for the mixed nuts with peanuts. I find when I buy those, it ends up being mostly peanuts, and that's not really my favorite anyway. So I went with these. It's just a generic deluxe mixed nuts. So looks like there might even be some macadamia nuts in there. Once you get that all mixed real good, just like before, we transfer it to the pan. Oh, there's a big clump on the bottom. We're going to want to mix that in there real good. See that? You don't want that big clump like that. It's just going to be a shocker if somebody bites into that. Wouldn't be a bad thing. I mean, it's delicious seasoning. Once it's in the pan, you can kind of see a little better. Again, could have used a Ziploc bag and just tossed it real well, but this will work. All right, there you have it. We have our cinnamon almonds, our sweet and spicy cashews, and our sweet and salty mixed nuts. Let's take those out to the Traeger and get them started. Again, the mixed nuts are going to go for 30 minutes. Probably stir them 2 or 3 times during that time. The cashews will go 60 minutes. Again, I'll stir all 3 at the same time, about every 10 minutes. And the almonds will go 90 minutes. So let's get out to the Traeger and get them on there. All right, Traeger is going and ready. Let's just get our nuts on here. We're going to go the 90-minute almonds on the right, the 60-minute cashews in the back, and the 30-minute mixed nuts in the front. And we'll just go, like I said, 30, 60, and 90. Okay, I believe the cinnamon almonds are done. They're dry and toasty. Yeah, those are good. Those are ready. The other 2, we're going to let them go just a little bit longer. All right, I think those are both ready to come off. Yeah, I think so. Yep. All right, we'll get those off and get back inside. All right, we got our 3 different nuts, seasoned and smoked nuts off of the Traeger. They didn't take the time that was expected. which is typical for all ovens and smokers. They're all different. Temperatures and times may vary. They all took about an hour and 15 minutes. The ones that the cinnamon almonds are the ones that are easiest to tell when they're done. They're dry and crusty. The other two, because we used oil on those, they look a little oily to the appearance of them, but they dry as they cool. So they are finished. So I can't wait to have a taste of each one. I'm going to start with the sweet so that my palate can adapt here. Let's start with the cinnamon almond. Reminds me of Christmas. Nice cinnamony flavor, a chewy almond. Can't beat that. All right, next is the sweet and spicy cashews. Wow. That heat kind of turns up. You don't notice it at the front, but as it sits there, it gets warmer. Oh boy, it's a good blend of the nuttiness of the cashew and the sriracha fire to it. Oh boy, that's good too. That's going to go good with beer. Let's try the sweet and salty mixed nuts here. I'm just going to grab a couple different kinds. Yeah, that's got a nice savory flavor to it. That'll really go good with a beer. Speaking of beer, I have here my Hefeweizen style Oktoberfest beer. I think that's going to go great with these nut mixes, especially the savory ones. If you want to check out that video, I'll put a link here so you can watch how I made the Hefeweizen style beer for Oktoberfest. I'm going to try that again. Just like you might find on a bar, the beer nuts. Oh yeah, that goes great together with the Hefeweizen. All right, so there you have it. We went a little nuts today. We made cinnamon almonds, sweet and spicy cashews, and sweet and salty mixed nuts. I'm going to wash it down with our Hefeweizen beer. As always, thanks for tuning in to Smoking and Drinking. Remember to like and subscribe, and Prost!